Okay, let's see if we know how to still do this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sports Pitches, a brand new episode. It's been years since we've talked to you guys. Happy 2026. Happy New Year. Happy engagement to Sarah and Cannon's
Thank you.
confetti. Boo, boo, boo. We need a beat by beat. We need a minute by minute. Megan and I have obviously already heard the story.
We've already gotten it. We have seen each other in person twice.
Yeah, and we're so sorry that we didn't record a podcast episode because we know that you guys love the in-person ones, but you know what? We really just wanted to hug each other. We wanted to hug each other and kiss each other on the lips.
Yeah.
And that can't be for public consumption.
Yeah, and have to, keep Cage and Conrad alive. I just was sitting here. There's a toothpick in my laptop. I'm like, what's this? We had to keep Cage, Conrad, Tatum, Mac, and I guess our significant others alive while we were in person. I wanted to record. Sarah seemed interested. Rachel said, "Let's just be regular people. Let's just
okay."
Be
and who forgot their mic? And who forgot?
I couldn't bring a thing. I wouldn't even know what to bring.
Yeah,
I show up empty-handed and go.
You showed up,
do it,
and that should have been enough. Okay. Sarah, we are screaming with excitement for you. We cannot wait. Can you tell us just however much you want to share with the people that love you on this podcast? Everyone in the Discord was saying congratulations. I hope that you read all those messages, but
Did. It was very sweet. And it's so funny. Like, we've been together for February 15th will be 10 years. And I still didn't see it coming. Like, I was definitely saying more stuff about it. Like, hey, this, like, what are we waiting for kind of sitch. So I was hoping that it was on the precipice, thinking like maybe when we go to Hawaii in March, that's when he would do it. And he has since been like, oh, that just seemed so obvious or something. So I guess in October or November, we were just discussing where we were going to have Christmas morning. Because last year we did a Home Alone 2 vacation in New York, and we did Christmas morning in a hotel. And so we were like, should we do that again? And we are looking at all these different places. And ultimately we decided on San Francisco because my family lives in the East Bay. And I was like, I can take Cage up a little early, and then we can go to the city on the 23rd and 24th, have Christmas morning, and go back to my family's house after they've all had their Christmas mornings and open up gifts and eat and da-da-da. So we decide to do that. Chris is like, yeah, this is a great idea. Cage is very excited. I make reservations for ice skating, which we can't do because it ends up raining. And when we get into our hotel, I look out the window and I see Quake Tower, which is this giant tower on I think it's Nob Hill in San Francisco. You can see the whole city and the bay. And I tell Cage, I go, oh, look, it's Quake Tower. That's where Grandpa T proposed to Grammy. My parents got engaged there on prom night in 1970 or 73.
Wow.
And so
Chris
is yeah.
Engaged on prom night.
I was a virgin on prom night.
I wasn't. Oh.
Yep. I don't even want to know where my parents stood in that regard on prom night, but
I'm gonna say
here's
you were
a picture of my
conception.
parents. That's after 50 years of marriage. Anyway, so I say there's Quake Tower. Chris says, "Oh, we should go," and I'm thinking, we don't have to go. It's like right, it's just cool that it's here. I've actually never been up there, and he's like, "Well, then we should go." I'm like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. I've already made a billion plans for us to relax. So we are like the next morning, like walking around the city. Cage finds this ridiculous giant ornament on the street, this huge turquoise ball ornament, which he insists on carrying around, even though he found it in a dirty gutter. And I'm like, whatever.
Was it loose on the street?
Oh, yes, it was just loose on the street.
On the streets of San Francisco, mind you.
Like, some of the dirtiest
Was
street,
there
and I love San
any
Francisco, but, like,
Yeah.
picking up an artifact from the San Francisco streets is bold, and this is a good time to then go back in my mind and remember that Cage kissed Mac, my infant, on the mouth multiple times. So
Multiple
now
times.
I'm realizing dirty Christmas ornament, hands,
Mhm.
baby kiss mouth. Okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah,
continue.
disgusting. He also lets our dog lick him in his mouth. So there's 2 extra
And what's
things
wrong
that
with
you got
that?
for baby Matt.
And what's wrong with that?
True, Rachel. Yeah, what is wrong? Says
Oh,
Rachel.
this is
So
why you gotta
anyway,
vaccinate. This is what we're telling you guys. You gotta vaccinate because you're gonna
That
kiss
is my
Tatum on the mouth.
vaccination, just making out with my dog.
yeah, I know. It's like we need to have tetanus shots
Ugh,
on site all the time for Cage. But so he picks up this ornament because it looks like a ball, and my son is obsessed with sports, and he's just like, I'm gonna carry this ball around, even though I can't dribble it. He's throwing it to himself all morning. Eventually, we go to Pier 39, and then we decide to go walk up to Quake Tower, and because we have like an hour to kill basically before lunch, and so we walk up there. It's a really beautiful walk, and on the walk, I'm like, wow, this would really be a great place for Chris to propose, but there's no way he's gonna do it. I'm the one that pointed out Quake Tower. He didn't point it out and be like, hey, we should go to Quake Tower. Like if he would have said that out of nowhere, I would have been like,
Right.
why? So we get up there, he's like, "We should go to the top." And I'm like, "Why would we go to the top? Like, we already walked all the way up here. Who cares?" And then he's like, "Let's just do it." And it's like 30 something dollars. I'm like, "Ugh, that's so stupid."
God.
And then there's this old lady at the elevator, and there's like all these like velvet ropes with brass stanchions, and Cage and Chris touch it, and she's like, don't touch the brass.
God.
That's original brass." She's like 80, and
Original
like this is her whole
brass.
job. Yeah, she's like, "They're very hard to come by, and you
Friggin'
can't touch them." And she's like, I'm like, "Oh, this is so fun. I'm so glad we're going to the top on this ancient elevator." Then, anyway, we go up there. It's a really beautiful view. I'm very happy. But then I'm also watching a Sports Bitches clip that I have to post online that day that
We
my
were
editor
there.
has
She's
sent to
dedicated.
me. And so
We were
I'm like
you just
watching
knew
it.
you wanted us there with you.
It's probably psychologically, yeah. And then I'm like, all right, we've seen it. Can we go after I've approved my video and figured it all out? And then, and there's also tons of people up there. And so then I'm like, well, let's just get a selfie before we go. And Chris says, Cage, why don't you take pictures of me and mommy? Right here, take a picture of me and mommy. And so I have to hold Cage's dirty ornament while he takes a picture because he needs both hands to hold up a heavy iPhone. And then he got on one knee over a drain on the top of Quake Tower, surrounded
In case he
by
peed.
a lot of Asian people. Yeah. In case
As
the
it
ring
should
could fall
be.
down something. Yeah.
As it should.
And he did everything right. He did it all right. And I don't even, I'm kind of blacked out in the moment because he gives this whole speech and I'm like, I can't believe he's giving me a speech. I can't believe he had something prepared. I can't believe he's doing it right now. Oh, he has a real ring. Oh, he didn't just like hand me a box on Christmas and be like, should we? Like, he did everything. And I'm like, and then he tells me that only one person knew, who was my dad, because he called my dad the few days before, like, obviously asked permission. Now I'm blown away by that because I'm like, Chris made a phone call outgoing. None of this is processing.
Yeah.
And yeah, he asked my dad how he did it. And my dad was like, Christian, in the parking lot after the dance, like nothing. Chris was like, all right, well, I guess that's my backup plan if going to the top doesn't work. And then I said yes. And then we got in a Waymo and we called my mom, um, which I couldn't even tell her for like 3 minutes because Cage just wanted to tell her all about the Waymo and how there wasn't a
Mhm.
driver.
Mhm.
And the air conditioning was set to 6.7, 6.7. And here we go. And now we're engaged.
Magical.
Yay. Yeah.
And it
Great
was
story, I'm sure.
Christmas Eve,
It was Christmas Eve, yeah. So
which
our
in my
first date. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in my personal opinion, I think Christmas Eve is the most magical day of the year.
Yeah, it really is.
'Cause I just like it's like Christmas Day, no offense, I think it's a little bit of like a letdown. Like you're always like done with everything by 7:30 a.m. And then you're like, okay, well,
Mhm.
what now? I guess I'll just
Yeah.
like eat and fart. And like Christmas Eve, there's hope. It's like it's coming. We're getting excited. If you want one present, you can probably have one. If you're gonna eat and have a glass of champagne, it's all like
Hey, oh.
anticipatory. And
Yeah.
I love like the getting ready more than the actual thing. Like when I played Barbies, all I did was be like, let's get ready for this. And then I'd be like, we don't even need to go to the dance, Like, let's get ready for dinner. Like I love the getting ready process. So that's why Christmas Eve is
Wow.
magical for
Oh,
me.
Peek
wow, it's
into
funny.
child Megan's psyche.
I know.
Interesting.
I think
Let's
it's
get ready,
very
girls.
brilliant that Chris has designed all of our anniversaries around very, famous practical dates.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
February
It
15th is our anniversary because our first date was the day after Valentine's Day. Because that is exactly how Chris operates. Like, well, just go out
yes.
after Valentine's Day, and then
We'll
I
just
don't have
go
to
out
think
after, it'll be
about
cheaper.
Valentine's.
Yep.
Crowds, less crowds.
Less crowds, less crowds.
I have to
Well,
say,
congratulations.
big fan.
Chris nailed it. Chris
Yes.
absolutely
He
nailed
did.
it. We're so excited. I literally screamed when we got the text that said plot twist with the photo. And then I had to wait for my husband to wake up and take off his fucking sleep apnea mask before
Oh
I
my
could be like,
gosh.
look at what happened.
I
Oh,
cried. And then I was telling my mom when we were on our Christmas Eve walk to see the lights, I was like, my friends are gonna get, and then like she started crying. Like it was like I couldn't, and it wasn't just like, oh, I had a tear. Like I started like weeping, and then my
yeah.
mom was weeping. Just like
Guys,
even hearing now, it makes me emotional.
that's
It's
so
so
sweet.
it's so beautiful to have like love to celebrate. So thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We love you, bub.
Love, love, love.
Oh,
And now
it's
my ring fits.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's
I
truly
know. I have to look
gorgeous.
away. I'm so jealous of the ring. I have to look away. It's a Yerman, everybody. It's a Yerman. Oh my gosh.
Which,
It's a
thank you for telling me
Yerman.
what that means. I
It
really
means a lot
appreciate
in the
it.
Gately household. It's
Yeah.
it's actually this is actually a sign from my dad. Chris somehow orchestrated a sign from my dad for your engagement. And so he actually is, yeah, he's a magician.
I just have always said, like, I don't need a diamond. Like, my husband is my diamond. I don't want anything too
God.
distracting on my hand because I'm just very subtle, Like, I'm
We're
like,
just so
I
different.
don't like,
I'm sorry, CJ's not your diamond?
CJ is not my diamond. I love him. He's my Domino's pizza, but he's not my diamond.
oh,
He's my little
high praise
schnook.
from Megan.
Truly. Well, we're so
Breaking news.
excited. What?
Breaking news. As of January 5th, your Christmas presents have shipped. They have
Cannot
not
wait.
arrived. They have not arrived, but they have shipped.
There's so much
Okay?
anticipation for this Christmas gift.
I landed back in Indianapolis. I'm like, oh, they've shipped. Good. January 5th, right when you want a Christmas present.
You know what? It doesn't matter. We're going to be so excited to open whatever it is.
So
Cannot
funny.
wait. We hope that everyone had an incredible Christmas break. What else? So much has happened since we've gone. But Meg, you just had a really incredible weekend. You were one of the writers on the Critics' Choice Awards, hosted by Chelsea Handler, the one and only. What tea? What goss can you give us?
Oh my gosh. It was the first award show of the season. And so like
Which
yeah,
is
just
nice
kind of
because you guys set the
very.
pace for the jokes, for the
Yes.
everything. You get in
Yes.
there first.
And as you're like writing them, you're like, I hope this is ruining. I hope we're taking everything they want. And then like I saw a friend who's writing for the Globes, and we were like comparing notes, and we both had a sexiest man dead joke, which is hilarious. Like it's so funny to
God.
have these like random parallels.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. The weather, I was in Los Angeles for 9 days, and it rained, I believe, 7 of them, and that was a big time bummer. But Chelsea looked absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I'm sure you guys saw there was like all this drama about people I mean, it's not just drama because we bombed a country and took and have forced a regime change. But then also the drama part of it is it has messed up people's flights. And so Leonardo DiCaprio was stuck in St. Bart's, had to like accept an award the night before on Jeff Bezos's yacht. And
Wild.
so like leading up to it, you're just getting texts of like Timothy Chalamet's going to be late. Leonardo DiCaprio's on his way, but we don't know when he's going to be there. And there's
Is that
so
normal? Is that normal for, like, stars to be sort of like, or was it just this year because of the rain, the weather, Los Angeles? I think that people understand that LA has traffic, but you guys
yeah,
do not understand people in Los Angeles
rain.
do not know how to handle
No,
rain.
no. And there was tons of standing water too.
Yes. A lot of the reason they can't drive in the rain is because LA doesn't use reflective paint on the roads, and then the lines disappear, and it's very hard to find them and see them.
And thank God we have Sarah Tiana because she's
It
always telling us
yes, it's
what it is.
no, it's a desert. They built the second largest city in the country in a desert, and now rain has come.
And we all have mold probably.
Billy Bob Thornton mudslides. So it definitely there is usually some
Sounds like a
shifting.
good
This year
drink.
felt like there. I know. This year it seemed like there was a lot more, and it was like up until the last second we were having to make changes. And it's not just like, oh, so and so. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like
Yeah.
you need to know where he is. He's obviously going to be talked about a bunch.
Yeah.
And so
It
that
was
was
cool
like,
it was cool the text message that you had posted, like, in real time. You guys are riffing and coming up with jokes, and
yes.
that was cool
Yeah,
to see.
so I had to take an Uber to the show because we only had one rental car, and CJ was taking the boys to the smokehouse buffet. And so I Ubered there, and it was like good that I was Ubering because I was able to write the entire time. And that Jeff Bezos joke that is like the one that's sort of being picked out, because it's
It's
Leo.
gone viral. It's gone viral.
Okay, it's gone viral. I was like, I was writing as I was in the Uber. And
That's
so
so
it's
cool.
like so funny. You spend weeks, we've been working on this for a few weeks, and then it ends up being like the ones that you're doing like 3 hours before that
Right.
because
What's the
they're
joke?
topical and fun.
What was the
It
joke?
was like I don't Leo almost didn't make it. He was stuck on a boat in St. Bart's, which got a huge laugh. And it's like, oh, okay, when the setup's getting a laugh, you're golden. And he's laughing, and they're like cutting away to him, and he's like having a good time because it's him and Chelsea are friends. Okay, so Leo's gonna give us
Mm.
something. And then she was like, it's just like the Titanic, but worse because Jeff Bezos was there.
Snaps.
And
Great
like
joke.
he
Great
laughed,
joke.
and he was a good sport about it. There's a Nicki Minaj joke that people are giving a lot of love to. I got Kathy Bates to I didn't tell her to lick a ping pong paddle. She took that
She
upon
went for it. She
she took
went
that
for
up
it.
she took that upon herself, and that's what an actress of her
That's so
caliber
cute.
will do. She'll elevate. I did cross paths with Ariana multiple times, and at one
Mm.
point I heard her go, "Should I pee?" And that was really fun to hear. And then when we were leaving, like Michael, who's like the head writer and the best guy, we're like, it's like a river of people going in both directions. And she like makes direct eye contact with him and goes, "Have a good night." And then we were both like, "Have a good night." Like so excited to even like be spoken to. I saw Kylie's butt in person,
What
probably
was it
like five,
like?
5 feet
You
away. It
and
looked great.
And hold
It
on,
looked,
let's pause for a second because
yeah,
if those of you that don't know, Megan is, I would say, an expert, a leading expert
yes,
in the industry at
yes,
clocking BBLs.
yeah, yes.
No way it's
Which
real.
for
There's
my
no way.
mother
Absolutely
listening
not.
is a Brazilian butt lift. Yes.
Yes.
Thank
No way
you.
it's real. I've always said the arms have to match. Like it's like I have a thick booty, but I have thick thighs and I have thick arms. You don't have stick skinny arms and then a big fat ass. That's just not how God built us.
Did
So
it make you say wow out loud?
it made me go, oh, and maybe it was like the dress she was wearing where it just like looked like, oh, okay, that looks good. It didn't look comical. Like her dress was like sequined, that sort of like sequin that looks like watery, kind of, like
Hmm.
fluid, and so it looked good. I walked so close to Leonardo DiCaprio and I didn't even realize it because I was actually looking at Benicio del Toro. And
He's my hall pass.
oh, he was so
Love
handsome.
Benicio del Toro.
Um we like mostly stay in this little like it's not little, it's this like gorgeous like green room area that we're having a turf war with the publicists because they're all like sitting and cheering like And it's like, I know you ran the campaign, but get out of here. You can tell it's the meanest girls from every high school,
Of course.
who also have money, and they're just like in Chanel boots looking at us like, ew. And it's like, sorry, this is how I look to write my little jokes. So we're having a turf war in the green room with them. And then it's just every single person. Like, I told the K-pop Demon Hunter gal she looked beautiful. I told Chloe Zhao the bathroom was empty. You're just like, you they're everywhere. Everywhere your eye looks is like
Somebody
the most
crazy
famous person you've ever seen.
Now, when you were
So it's
next to
funny.
Leo, did you take stock in what he smelled like?
No, it's interesting because like everyone there is famous, but then there's people that also have like added security. So the people that had the most security around them was Kylie and Timothy, but like Kylie, like it was like move, move, and you're like, what? But like I work, like literally, I'm not like bothering anyone.
Yeah.
They had a lot of security. Leo and Benicio had a lot of security. The gal from One Battle After Another, his daughter, Chase Infinity, she
Incredible.
she is from Indianapolis. And so I saw her after they had just won, and I go, Indianapolis's finest. And then we both started cheering and dancing. And then I said, North Central in the house, which is the high school she went to. And then she was like, a Panther's here. Like we had like a real moment, and I loved her, and she was so
That's
beautiful.
so cute. Did you guys start chanting Philip Rivers?
Yeah, we were chanting
Rivers?
Philip Rivers. We were chanting fuck OKC. We were chanting bring back Jeff Saturday. We were really like having a fun time together.
Playing all
But
the
no,
hits.
people definitely do smell good. What's actually the most like alarming is that I'm not in full glam, but I'm like doing my makeup. There
You
was
look
another
hot.
female writer this year, so like I could take a moment to breast pump and do my makeup, which is a thrill. And so I like have makeup on. I think I don't look great, but I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty. And then you see like the cast of Landman, and you're like, oh, we're not even from the same planet. Like they have bones made of bird. Like they have bird bones, and I have bodybuilder bones compared to just how we look next to each other.
Megan did text us on Sunday night being like, these people have different bones than us.
Different bones. They have totally Kate Hudson's legs. Like I was just like, how did she? And they're all just like walking in heels effortlessly.
Yeah,
Like it's like
because their
how
Lots of
are
feet
practice.
are like
you-
programmed differently.
Oh, I was wearing like platform Converses and was like, I can't do it anymore. And they're just
The flattest shoe on earth.
Ethan Hawke had on a bit of a heel, I will say. I will say his suit was gorgeous. Jacob Elordi stood shoulder to shoulder. Really hot. Very hot.
Really?
Very
in
hot.
person? Wow.
Yeah, and tall.
Frankenstein.
And tall.
Yeah. well,
So yeah, it was so much fun. And before that, I went to a wedding in San Francisco. I did take pictures of where Sarah got engaged. I went on a celebrity tour, see where Sarah got engaged. I go to this wedding of my dear friend Joel Kim Booster, and like that was celebrity packed. Like it was just, and those were all the hot gays. And so I'm like, I went from the hot gays to the hot. So it was just, and
Anybody from Heated Rivalry there?
Well, all the heated rivalry guys were at the Globes, or not the Globes, were at Critics' Choice, and I like sat next to one of them, but I didn't know who he was. Like he was, I know I'm
Megan.
behind, but when I was at the hot gay wedding, every single man I talked to was like, "What do you think about heated rivalry?" Because they know I'm a sports girl, and they're like, "Finally, I have something to talk about." And I'm like, "Guys, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so
You're going to watch it
disappointed."
eventually, and you're going to be like, I cannot believe that I was sitting next to Hollander or
Yeah.
Ilya.
We had a
You're gonna
heated
shit.
rivalry joke in the monologue that people loved, that I did not write, obviously, because I haven't seen it.
Sarah, have you finished it? Because people are going wild. There's a lot of people in the Discord chatting about heated
Mhm.
rivalry. Oh, the ending is heartbreaking.
It's so good. It's all like
Yeah.
the writing on the show, I went into it thinking Hunting Wives. Very
Mhm.
similar, like,
Yeah.
I want to watch this show because I like hunting women, like it feels very rednecky. I mean, I don't like hunting, but I think it's like feels like a very
And
southern
you don't
show.
like hunting women.
And you don't like hunting women.
No, I don't like hunting women. That's true. I just like women who hunt. I think it's
Pull the
kind of
clip.
cool. And so I started watching Hunting Wives, and then I'm like, oh, they're not hunting for anything, except
unless
for
it's pussy.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Pussy
hunting each
hunting.
other's vaginas. And then I very much thought Heated Rivalry would be similar, and it was like so much better written. But it did make me wonder how many guys turn on Heated Rivalry thinking it's a show about hockey, and then they're like, "Rah!" Like
God, I hope so many.
I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story, but my sweet little friend Bo Wilson, he's married to my friend Camille, who I think you guys have met. We've talked about her.
Mhm.
She's from Augusta, like grew up on the course kind of, and like she's like,
Mhm.
you know, an egg on stilts. That's what she always calls herself. She's really tiny and little and big Georgia Bulldogs fan.
Mhm.
And so her husband went to the Grove to see a movie alone that he thought was just about camping, but it was Brokeback Mountain, and he had no idea. And he's wearing like a
Sure.
Western shirt and a cowboy hat 'cause that's just
Yeah.
like
Bless
what he normally
him.
wears. He wears it to
Yeah.
the Grove in West Hollywood alone. He's like, well, there are a lot of men here. And then it's like, yeah, cool movie about camping and cowboys. Can't wait. And then he was like, holy shit.
Next thing you know, I'm seeing him get married in San Francisco. Like
Yep.
he fully turned.
I
This gay
know.
wedding I went to, the male to female ratio was 20-1. Like I was one of 10 women there. There were only 10 straight men there, and I have had sex with one of them. That's
With
how far
one?
my
Wow,
reach
look at
is.
that.
My
Yeah,
gosh.
that's how far my reach is.
Wow.
Even at a
So
gay
Were you guys
wedding.
cordial or did it end?
I was actually childlike and ran away. Hid from him the whole time.
You know, sometimes that happens.
I just didn't have
Happens to
the
the best of us.
energy. I just didn't have, we have to pick and choose where we're putting our energy. But I did want to tell his wife her dress was pretty. So there you
And
go.
did you?
No,
Or you just wanted to?
I was hiding. I was like, I kept going outside to smoke weed and then coming in and being like, no, but I talked to the groom's mom and we rubbed cheeks.
Front or
Aw.
back?
So much happening.
Speaking of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Uh,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I'm so
speaking of.
sorry. What a fun game, though. That was highly entertaining. We all got invited to
let
Sarah's
me
house,
tell.
which was, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say, you guys invited yourself over to my house to watch
Yes,
the
we did.
game.
I
And
believe it was me. I invited myself,
Oh.
which then
And then I piggybacked on
and
that.
then yeah, so then it's like, okay, now we're talking 2 husbands, 2 kids. Then lovely Rob Hayes and his wife Quinn. We're all at the house. Yeah.
yes, and I'm very excited because I'm like, yeah, I love to cook a good spread. I want to cook some food for a bunch of people. This will be so fun to watch the game. And then we lost, and that is the second Georgia game this year that I have watched with Megan Gailey and
Uh-oh.
Rachel Bonetta. I mean, I guess Rachel was awake during the Georgia-Alabama game in Indianapolis, right?
I was
Were you there
awake?
with us? Yeah,
She
you were
would have
there
been
with
there.
us. Yeah, because
Yeah, I was
CJ
there. I
was
was there.
eating pizza and he didn't
Where we
invite
watch.
us.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't offer us any.
Yeah. I was pretty upset.
So we're watching the Alabama game in Indianapolis with Megan. And then we watched this one, and they lost both times. And I think it's Megan's fault.
Yeah.
I can't ever watch a game with her again. I just think her negative outlook
Yeah. On her own sports.
on her own
Yeah.
teams has inflicted my teams, and that is why they lost.
I love
I'm
that
just
I was
kidding.
there
That's not true, but
all the times, and
You were
I'm not
both
the
there
one to
both-
blame.
You were there both times.
I was there every single time Megan was there, and I'm actually not to blame at all.
So she was like, "This is the second game they lost." I go, "They won that." Like I thought they had won the Alabama game.
Mm-mm.
She was like, "They lost," and I was like, "I'm so sorry. It was my dad's funeral. I forgot. I forgot what happened."
Can I just
Georgia game.
say, we have had 2 losses all season. We've only lost
Yeah.
twice. And
Yeah.
both of those games I was watching with Megan Gailey.
And
So.
Rachel Bonetta.
Yeah, but like
No,
I
don't
bring
remember
like,
Rachel.
everyone knows
okay,
that I
you
bring
know
the
what?
positive vibes.
I will take that on the chin because I want to give a moment to shout out your spread.
Oh,
Okay, so she texted us. Sarah texted us what she was going to make, and this is why I invited myself over. Of course, I wanted to spend time. I wanted to see everybody. I flew to Los Angeles with a bathing suit. You know, it was going to be like 60 and rainy, and I said, I'm bringing my bathing suit. I'm getting in that hot tub. I obviously didn't because I ate too much. Okay, this is Sarah Tiana's Georgia spread that she made for us, despite the fact that we are bad luck, or just I am bad luck and make her team lose.
Could also be
Pimento
CJ.
could also be CJ, could also be my children, because they were in
That's
your
true.
proximity for
Present.
both of them. Could be the whole Gailey Toledano house, even though we love the Bulldogs and I was dressed in Georgia Bulldogs clothes. Pimento cheese dip, made ranch, you know I love, which then I took some home and served it to other guests the next night and passed it off as my own. Cheeseburger sliders, chicken and waffles, 2 kinds of wings, a crock pot lava cake. What else?
homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice cream. Homemade. Everything was so homemade that Quinn thought you had tapped a tree and made your own maple syrup.
She did. Yes. Pimento cheese dip,
and then-
homemade. Yeah.
And then a mint julep slushy.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on now.
it was
I will
So
say,
work
I don't
'cause
even eat
made it
meat.
too
I
alcoholic.
don't even eat meat, and I ate everything on the damn table. I was like, when in Rome, gotta
They were
dive in.
chicken and waffle sliders, and the waffle mix was from Waffle House, which was a big reason that I even did the waffles. So they were like little tiny bite-sized waffles with a piece of chicken in the middle. You know, just want to try it. Never made it, but
It was like a
The
chicken
Waffle House
waffle
mix.
kebab.
try it. Never made it. Turned out perfect.
Uh-huh.
The pimento
homemade ice
cheese.
cream is
Oh
very
my
easy if
god!
you have
Put
an
that
ice
into
cream.
an IV.
The
Plug it into
pimento
my
cheese
neck.
was so good.
Oh,
The cheeseburger
good. I'm glad
sliders
you
were
guys.
so. It was like White Castle wishes.
It's like a smash
The-
burger.
The wings were so good, and it's like most people they can make like one good thing, and
Yeah.
it just and you do it all effortlessly. Like there's just
'Cause you're
nothing in my life I've
perfect.
ever done that's effortless. It's like I'm trying so hard. You like see the sweat on me, and it's not even good. And then Sarah's just like in a bedazzled cardigan, totally fine. My son is ruining her house, and just
Here's a question for you,
Yeah.
Sarah. What team would you feel okay with inviting Megan over to watch? Because I feel like Georgia's is no more.
Mhm.
She's not allowed to come over for Georgia games. But to check on the curse, is there a team that you are willing to put forth to sacrifice? So is it a Falcons game? Is it a Braves game? Is
maybe
it
the Hawks.
Yeah, for sure the Hawks.
They got enough
For
games.
sure the Hawks.
over,
Who
Maggie?
cares?
Don't care. Yeah, I mean, it's really just Bulldogs, Falcons, and Braves mostly for me. So,
Okay.
you know what? It's also, I say it's your fault, but I never even expected the team to make it as far as they did and to be as good as they were, because this was just a different team than we had normally seen. And um I wanted to beat Ole Miss because I wanted us to rematch Carson Beck. I thought that would be a really fun game if Georgia played Miami, and but it just wasn't in the stars. And I do think that this Ole Miss team had a lot to fight for with their coach being gone. I thought it was a really and Trinidad Chambliss is a great story. He's trying to get one more year of eligibility at Ole Miss because he came with the coach being gone. You should be able to get one more year, but he also had
Yeah.
a year where he had to sit out due to an illness. He's just like a good kid. He's a sweet guy. I don't have any ill will towards Ole Miss. I don't know who I'm going to cheer for, honestly. And
Yeah, who do we have moving forward? Let's set the table here.
If it makes you feel any better that I've cursed your teams, I am now being haunted by the IU Hoosiers success. Like
Oh,
we get on
wow.
the play, and I don't even dislike IU, but it's like I don't need the rival of my alma mater. Like I don't need to be like just soaking sous vide in their success right now. We get on our flight back to Indy yesterday, and the pilot's like, and we're going to be going to Indianapolis, 3 hours, 47 minutes, very close to the home of the Big Ten champions. Whole plane starts erupting. Then the pilot goes into like, I think they're really going to take it all this year. They got a great quarterback. He's like breaking it down. I'm like, let's get in the air, dog. What are you
Let's
doing?
go.
It's just IU stuff everywhere. CJ is taunting me with Hoosiers, which just sounds like a person who's about to get a DUI. Like, I just don't like it.
Okay, so we have Miami against Ole Miss. That's happening on Thursday. That's the Fiesta Bowl. And then we have the Peach Bowl, Oregon and Indiana on Friday. And the winners of those two games will go on to play in the championship next Monday. Who do we
Mhm.
like? Okay, so you're rooting for Oregon?
I think it'll be IU, Ole Miss, and I think those are both really exciting like storylines. I'm just
Yeah.
going to be pouted.
Upset. Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting. I think Miami is a very interesting team. They have a really great defense, and Carson Beck, a lot of people think that I would be cheering against him because he transferred to Miami, but I do not wish that at all. I think he's a really good quarterback. I hope he goes to the NFL. He's kind of built like an NFL quarterback. I think last year at Georgia, it really got in his head, all the talk before the season. This guy's going to be a Heisman candidate. This guy's going to go number one in the draft. That's a lot to listen to for a young kid.
Yeah.
And I think he just got a little ahead of himself and overwhelmed. And then he's from Florida, and like playing in front of his family, he was not doing well. Like there was just a lot on his shoulders, I think. And I think a
He had to
career
break up
change.
with that hot chick.
Yeah,
Oh,
once
no.
they were at Miami, I think. So like that's part of the reason that he went down there.
I
Um,
think they broke
but
up.
and then they
And to
broke
break
up,
up at
yeah.
that
But
age sucks.
yeah. So yeah, I think dating a Cavender twin, yeah, that's
Yes,
always
I was like, is she a Van
gets into
Liff? Like, I
your
couldn't remember.
no, they're basketball players. But yeah, anyway, I hope it's Indiana and Miami. That's who I am kind of hoping for. I won't be upset if it's Indiana and Ole Miss. I don't think anyone's thinking Oregon's going to make it, so that's probably bulletin board material for them. But at this point, it's Indiana's to lose. So I think them getting upset, as the national champion is kind of what people might be cheering for, because it's like clearly Indiana's been undefeated all season. They've been so dominant, and people are just like they can't even understand. Like everyone's thinking they're going to have tons of more NIL money because Mark Cuban went there, and maybe he's finally going to open up his pocketbook. There's a lot going on for them. So it's going to be really interesting Thursday and Friday. I'll tell you that.
Do you think that they're still contemplating, are we moving the stage on the field? Are we taking it off of the field? What are we doing with the stage at this point? Okay, let's move on to NFL because lots of stuff is happening. We are headed into wild card weekend, and also we just had, what do we call it? Black Monday? When all
Yeah.
the coaches
Black
get
Monday.
fired. Okay,
Black
so we had Pete
Monday.
Carroll get fired from the Raiders.
One and
Kevin
done.
Stefanski, I was kind of surprised by.
Okay.
Your Falcons head coach and GM? Want to hear about
Yep,
that. And
first
then the
to go.
Cardinals coach Gannon got fired. So, okay, so let's break this down. Sarah, let's start with your Falcons. Are you happy about this? Do you feel good about this? Cleaning house? You needed a new change of the guard?
I do. I am on the fence about it. I do think that Raheem is a really good coach, and I do think that he came from a really great system. And when they fired Dan Quinn, he was our defensive coordinator, and he became our interim. And I really wanted him to stay. And then we had these awful Arthur Smith years. So and Terry Fontenot, our GM, I feel like he's drafted really well. I've loved everything he's done in the draft. I have not loved what he has done in free agency or in the off season on acquiring pieces and parts. So I'm okay with him going. I'm sad because I really liked Raheem. I just, it is what it is. I do not think it's technically his fault. I thought our defense was really good. He was a defensive coordinator, and Jeff Ulbrich, who became our defensive coordinator, did a really great job. So thank God he's staying. I did think it was mostly on the offensive coordinator. I thought our plays were really basic while Penix was in there, and I don't know if our plays were basic because Penix does not know how to throw the ball downfield, or he had a limited range of knowledge and checkdowns based on just being a rookie, um, or if that's just all Zach Robinson could design. So I'm not really sure where the changeup was. I'm not smart enough to know, but I was hoping that he would go.
Who would you want? Out of all the coaching, now there's a few coaches looking for jobs. Who would you want?
That's the problem. The problem is there's not a lot out there.
They
Um,
don't grow on
I'm a big
trees.
fan. They're interviewing Clint Kubiak, who I think is Seahawks. I can't
Is he
remember.
Gary Kubiak's
Yeah,
brother?
Yes.
I think
How many
son.
Kubiaks we got running around? Clint
I don't know.
Kubiak,
There's a
I'm
lot of
looking him up.
Kubiak.
Because now I got to see who's hot. Because Raheem
I
Morris
I
is
do.
hot. So we've got to
He's
replace him
very
with someone
hot.
hot.
I know.
Okay, Clint.
I'm a big fan of Cliff Kingsbury. I would love to have another offensive-minded coach because I think our defense is pretty good with Ulbrich, so we really
Yeah.
need an offensive guy. And we've had Dan Quinn, defensive coach, Raheem Morris, defensive coach. And then we had Arthur Smith, terrible offensive coach. So I would really like a good offensive one. And I think Kingsbury got kind of sold upriver in Arizona, and I think he could do a lot with the quarterback situation that we have. So I would love him, but I trust the Falcons
I would love to
process.
see him get another chance at a head coaching position again. I
Yeah.
really would.
Clint Kubiak is Gary Kubiak's son.
There you go.
So you said Gary Kubiak, and I said
Kubiak's
son, so we
brother.
did that together. That was teamwork.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Pete Carroll one and down at the Raiders. God bless him. Just retire. Just go snuggle up by a
Yeah.
fireplace. Open a book.
You know what is
And I think
interesting about some of these firings is that it's like Browns, Raiders. I don't think Falcons fall under it. It's like the issue is the ownership.
Yeah.
Like you can keep firing the head coach and
Mhm.
that's fine. But at some
Mhm.
point you're gonna have to take a long, hard look in the mirror
Mhm.
and be like, oh, maybe it's not them, maybe it's how we run this team.
For sure. And I was really surprised that they actually kept Andrew Berry on the Browns. He is the GM, and then they fired Kevin Stefanski. I really
That
like
was
Kevin
weird.
Stefanski. He's got gorgeous eyebrows. I've never seen better eyebrows in person. I have a photo with him, actually. But Berry is the one that's making some of these god awful decisions. And so, I mean, obviously it goes up to the Haslams, the owner, but I was kind of surprised to see that because I was reading this article this morning that was just like, he couldn't fix an impossible situation.
That
It's like,
they
yeah,
gave
what was
him.
he supposed to fucking do?
Yeah, it's like you know how much money they're paying Deshaun Watson next year?
I don't even want to know. It's going to light me on
26,
fire.
2026 season. How much they're supposed to pay him? $4 million. Where is
All of
he?
them.
Where is he?
Oh,
And so
probably on
it's
the
like,
beach
that's
somewhere,
not
living his life, getting a
Stefanski.
massage.
I was most shocked everyone kept being like, Coach of the Year 2 years ago. I go, were the Browns good 2 years ago? I guess I forgot that. Block that out. I'm guessing that's when
Stefanski was the coach of
Flacco
the
brought
year.
them to the that's what they did 2 years ago. You need a quarterback. That's what we've learned. I was kind of surprised. I wasn't, I guess. I thought maybe Carly Ursay would make a change, but I think it was like the Colts showed enough promise that they're just like they're getting a little bit of a mulligan. I do like in her press conference, she goes, "I'm pissed," and I was like, "Okay, I like that. That's how I
Mhm.
feel."
I
would
feel
you
like there's
be
too many things up in
interested?
the air for the Colts this year to like make a decision like that. Like there was too many injuries, too many things at play. You had the Daniel Jones, then he got hurt, and then you got the Anthony Richardson, the eyeball socket broken. I just feel like there's too many variables up in the air for you to make an informed decision on who's going to be the coach. If you made any decisions at all,
Yeah.
Would you be
What were you gonna say,
interested in
Sarah?
getting Gannon, who they just fired from Arizona, to come and be your defensive coordinator? Because they were together in Philly. Those two, they were offensive and
Actually
defense.
thought
Not that they would have
this
talked.
Yeah, this new guy who came in from the Bengals, I actually thought he did a pretty good job. The issue on defense is we lost DeForest Buckner, which was like not a big enough deal. Was made around that, and then we traded our 2 first round picks for the next 2 years to get a cornerback who's now not playing and fighting with fans. So, those
Didn't
are
you didn't you see Bruce Arians on a flight on the way to
I
Indy
did see Bruce
with his
Arians.
Kangol?
Oh my gosh, I forgot,
Call him
My
up.
angel. My
Call him
angel.
up.
I wonder where's he? Yeah, yeah, they just
He's
fire
sipping a
people and
pina
then go,
colada
"We'll get
somewhere.
someone," and it's like,
Yeah.
"You won't."
Okay,
So
before we sign off here, as we are headed into the playoffs, wild card weekend is ahead of us. We wanted to do an early-ish Super Bowl prediction, who we think is going to be there, and who's going to win. Who wants to go first? I'll go. But I'm still very
Okay.
unsure about the AFC, but I am wearing my toque right now with the Seahawks on it. We are a Seahawks household. I will say I've been sort of keeping my eye on them a little bit more than usual this year, just because Zach is obsessed with them and he's like keeps on showing me all of these like highlight videos of like just you know how it goes. Anyway, so I am going to say the Seahawks because of their defense. I feel like their defense is so freaking fun to watch, and I just hope that Sam Darnold can hold on for dear life. We have seen him in this position before where he's sort of like gotten the yips in the playoffs and fallen apart as he did with the Vikings. But I'm going to put the Seahawks there for my beloved. The AFC, I don't know. In my
Mhm,
heart, I want to say the Bills because
mhm.
of what
Yeah.
the Bills have been through, but I just don't know. There's been too many weird games down the stretch that it's like you should be winning this game by a lot, and it's like very much up in the air. What do you guys think? Who are you putting in the playoffs in the AFC or in the Super Bowl?
Fortunately, I hate almost all of the teams. Broncos
Right?
hate,
Yes.
Patriots hate, Chargers don't hate, but not gonna like root for, don't think it's them. Jaguars, leave me alone. Steelers, fall off a cliff. Texans, don't really care about you, but you're not that good either. So I also want it to be the Bills. And it's all set up for the Bills. Like your big bad wolf is not here, but sometimes I think you got to slay your big bad wolf. You can't default not
Mhm.
have them. Like they needed the confidence of beating the
The
team that
Chiefs.
like eluded them, which is the Chiefs who, took themselves out. I really want it to be the Bills. They're getting a new stadium. This is their last time at this stadium, and I just like I hope it comes together for them, but it's sort of this thing of like I don't believe in the Patriots as a Super Bowl team as we sit here. I think they had a
Yeah.
Mm.
very easy schedule. I don't believe in the Broncos either. Um, so I'm gonna say Bills Rams, and that's no offense to the Seahawks. I hope the
You know the
Seahawks.
Seahawks beat the Rams. You know
I
Seahawks
do
beat
know that
the
the
Rams. Yeah.
Seahawks beat the Rams. The Colts beat a lot of teams, and now we're at home.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well, all right.
and I know that this Pope theory has emerged too.
Okay, yeah, can I
Mm,
say that really, really quick?
please, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, just so you guys know, every single time a new pope has been elected, the Seahawks make it very far in their NFL season. Okay, so 2005, a new pope is elected, the Seahawks win 13 games and advance to the Super Bowl. 2013, a new pope is elected, the Seahawks win 13 games and advance. 20 new pope is elected, the Seahawks win 13 games and ... question mark.
Wow.
Okay, Pope. Okay, Pope
Okay,
vibes.
Pope. I wonder what happened to the Pope that year where they decided to throw it on fourth down instead of give it to Marshawn Lynch.
He
Did
was
the
sick.
Pope have diarrhea? No, it's just for the sake of the theory.
No, I don't know.
Sarah, I know you're with me on Rams.
With you on Rams, I've been a big believer in the Rams all season. I do have to say the Seahawks look very good. They when they match up, but do I trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs or do I trust Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams is coming back? So I think I think the Rams have the edge. I do think the Bears are very fun. It could be
Mhm.
very fun for them to go
Ooh,
on a run.
sneaky.
I
Okay.
don't know if they will advance past the NFC Championship, but I do think they're talented enough to get there. And then in the AFC, I I agree with you about the Patriots schedule, but I do think that they are also blowing out everybody.
They are. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I do think that Drake May is the future. I do think that Josh McDaniels is a wizard when it comes to the offense. And the Patriots defense is good, not great,
Mhm.
but the
Mhm.
Patriots just score more than you. So because of that, it's like to me, it's either gonna be Jaguars or Patriots in the Super Bowl. I think it might be a
Oh, you're not putting the Bills in there at
Jaguars-Patriots.
Jaguars.
all.
No,
Ouch.
she's smart.
I think the
She's smart.
Jaguars
Yeah.
are new
The
coach. I think it's gonna
Jags.
be 2 new head coaches, Liam Cohen, Mike Vrabel, AFC Championship.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Duval.
Crazy.
Dude.
Not sports bitch of the week, Stefan Diggs. A wild series of events. Cardi B with Robert Kraft, they welcome a new child. Then he also has a different child, it's being rumored to believe. And then he is charged with assault. I want to make sure I have it correct, of his former private chef. Now, you cannot beat up your private chef. You
She'll
can't beat
poison you.
you can't beat anyone up. It is a woman. You cannot beat anyone up. But it's like, I always say, never be mean to hair and makeup and never be married to the people that take care of your children. Like if you have to be mean to someone, make sure it's not those people.
Never be
Yes.
married to
Mean.
somebody.
Mean.
Oh,
Never be
I thought you
mean.
said never be married to somebody that takes care of your children.
No, yeah, no, you should. Never be mean to hair and makeup and never be mean to someone who takes care of your children. And I'm going
Yep.
to add to that your personal chef.
How do you what were they even fighting about? Was it money? Did he not pay?
Payment.
Non-payment.
Some sort of payment
Non-payment.
situation.
I don't know. Who knows? But like there were text
Which I
messages
will
going
say,
around.
any non-payment situation with a
Rich
NFL player,
person.
period, an NFL player of that caliber is pathetic.
Yes. I took a terrifying Uber to Critics' Choice Awards. Terrifying. The man was shady, got in, was like, "Can you just pay me cash?" Cancel the ride. Then almost hit 3 cars.
Oh my God, Megan,
Very
you're
bizarre.
gonna get
Very bizarre.
kidnapped.
And you know what I gave him? 5 stars, 20% tip. And I don't have. Okay, but it's just like, yeah, because people are like, he has your address. He didn't even have my address. He picked me up at my friend's house, but I'm not going to send him to my friend's house. So it's like,
You gotta report these people.
well, I will. Okay. So like, if you have a service done at your house and it's not up to your standard or whatever, you go, here is what we were agreed to pay you, and please leave. You don't go, I'm not paying you for that. Like that's just it's just fucked up.
I ride Waymo, so I wouldn't know your issues.
Felony strangulation, suffocation, and misdemeanor assault and battery.
Nice. Why? Oh my Lord. And he's still playing. No problem. Right? He didn't get suspended.
No.
Felony
strangulation.
I don't understand that, but DK Metcalf is not allowed to play. Like that's just so ridiculous.
So stupid.
That Lions fan threw a press conference.
I hate everything.
Fan.
Do we have a sports bitch positive moving forward?
Oh man, I'm
Tiana?
sure there's
She
one.
got
I'm just
engaged?
blanking right now.
Sarah Tiana
Hey,
got engaged.
Let's do Sarah Tiana,
Chelsea.
bride to be.
Bride to be. Sports
Sarah,
bride.
can we please go to Vegas? Please let us go to Vegas.
I'm not pregnant, and I'm almost done breastfeeding.
Come on. I want to
Yes,
get
we
so
will do a
drunk and
Vegas
puke in
trip.
a bush.
Well, no, you should go wherever you want. You
Yeah,
should
go
we
wherever
don't
you
have
want,
to go to
and we'll
Vegas.
follow.
You should go wherever.
Do want to go to
wherever you want.
Vegas, but I am a person that goes to Vegas and I sit at a slot machine for like 4 hours. Like that
Yeah, and
is what
I am a
do.
person who has Filipino family members. You think you think I don't know how to sit at a
I'll
slot
sit next to
machine?
you. I'll sit next to you. I'll be real chill vibes. I'll get you your Lucy's. I'll get you your Siggies. And we'll vibe.
Do you think
All
are
right,
the
we'll do it.
Pussycat dolls still in Vegas? Do you think
Should
we
we go
could
to
do
Yamada?
could we get one of those like the sports bitches get to be the Pussycat dolls?
What?
You know when like in
That's
the
fun, yeah.
aughts, you could do like they'd be like and featuring, and then it would be like, I don't know, like a F-list celebrity. That's what I want to do. I want to be a Pussycat doll.
Let's do it. Let's do a
Sounds like you're on
Vegas trip
mushrooms.
with the gals. Go to
We'll go
the
wherever you
Sphere,
want. I'll go to
see
the
something
Cayman
crazy.
Islands.
I want to go to the Sphere so badly.
I
I
wanna go
want
to
to
the
see Backstreet
Sphere.
Boys.
All right.
Ugh.
Well, we can wear all white, just like wedding, and go see the Backstreet Boys.
Sarah, it is up
Yeah.
to you. I will go to the ends of the earth for your bachelorette.
I'll go to
Okay?
Venezuela.
I'll butt chug a
Okay.
beer. I don't even know what that
My
is, but I've heard
God.
about it. And I'll do it. All right, gotta go. Love you. See you next week. Love you,
Bye,
bitches.
bitches.